guys! Today we are going to be making another Annette palette if you are new to this series, which I'm sure a lot of you probably are. Basically what I do is I take a brand that I have a lot of palettes from. Today we're going to be using Kaleidos Makeup. I have 5 of their palettes, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out my 2 favorite shades in these palettes, and we're just gonna see what happens if I put all of those colors in together and make my own little palette. Now, this isn't going to be a palette that I'm going to like plan in advance and be like, this color is gonna go good with that color. I'm just going to pick my 2 favorite shades in the palettes and see if the final color story is going to end up being like a palette that I would buy. Most of the time it's not, because I tend to reach for like the same kind of colors a lot, but I'm excited to see what happens today. Now, if you guys are unfamiliar with Kaleidos as a brand, Kaleidos hasn't been around for that long, I don't think, and I feel like they really exploded in 2019. I can't wait to see what they do next year. But these are all of the palettes that they have come out with. I did buy the first 3 that came out, but I did get the neon palette and the electro turquoise palette as PR, so I just wanted to make sure to say that. But let's go ahead and start here. So I guess we will go in the order of the ones that came out first here. So this is 1, 2, and then this is number 3. So let's start off with number 1, which is the Sci-Fi Green palette. Now I think I know at least one of the shades that I'm going to pick in this, because I absolutely love the black, which is like crazy to say because it's just a matte black. But this is like the best black that I have in my collection, and I love this shadow, and I know it's not exciting, but I need to choose this one regardless. So let's see. What is my second color option going to be here? I feel like it's going to be one of the shimmers, even though this mustard is beautiful as well. But I think it's going to have to be this green shimmer here. I mean, I'm surprised. I would be surprised if there's not at least half shimmers in this little palette. So gonna go ahead and start by swatching these. So here's the black. I mean, did you see how that swatched? That is unreal. So this is in the end going to be a 10 pan palette, which I think is like a really good number for a palette, and I wish that more palettes were 10 panned. Is that a word? I think that's a word. So let's move on. Next up we have the Futurism 2, which is the Cyber Bronze palette. This is probably my least favorite out of the bunch, just because all of the mattes in here are neutrals. I'm sure it's going to come as no surprise which colors I'm going to pick here, but the first color is going to be the silver, one of the best silvers I have in my collection here, and I'm pretty sure that the second one is going to be the red shimmer, just because it's like the most exciting color in this palette other than the silver, so I don't think that anybody was surprised by my picks there. But these are going to be my next 2 picks. So wow, look at this. This could end up being like a beautiful Christmas palette. All we need now is like a dark purple matte and a dark green matte or something like that. That could be a really good color story actually. So let's move on. We are moving into the Futurism 3, which is called the Astral Pink palette. This is what the palette looks like. It's stunning, and speaking of purple, I'm gonna have to pick the purple here, not because of the color story, but just because I love this so much. It's such a good matte. It just builds and blends so beautifully. And then the next color I'm gonna pick is of course going to be this stunning blue duochrome, and this also just layers so well on top of a black, especially a black like eyeliner base. Holy crap, like that is just beautiful. So here is the purple all swatched out, and then we have the blue. This one doesn't really swatch the best. I feel like it doesn't really pick up on camera like just how beautiful this color is. So I am going to build it up just a little bit, because I do want to kind of do it justice here, even though I just don't think that swatches do this color justice. Like, you really need to just layer it on top of something else on your eye for it to really come out and shine. So those were like the first 3 palettes so far. I love this color story. I would totally buy this palette. I wish this was a pre-made palette, even though I already have all of these colors. So let's go on to the number 4. This is the VR Neon palette. This is one that I did get sent in PR. This is one of my favorites. I love this. I think this is a stunning palette. I literally have such a hard time choosing right now. I don't even know where my eyes go, because I just want to pick all of them. But I know that I really enjoy this pink shimmer up here. And this shimmer formula is actually different than the one that was in the first 3 palettes. And I think this is superior by far. Oh, this is so tough, because in my mind I'm like, I shouldn't just pick shimmers, but I also am like, I need to just go with my first impression. So I am gonna pick both of the shimmers in this palette. Even though the mattes are stunning, they perform really, really well. But the colors that just spoke to me the most were the pink shimmer and the orange shimmer. Oh, just look at that shine. look at that formula and the texture. It's just, wow, I want to just swatch with the wrong finger. And yeah, so this is what the orange looks like. Absolutely beautiful. Kaleidos has one of my best formulas in my opinion, and it just makes my heart so happy looking at these, and it makes me want to play with them right now. If you're wondering what's on my eyes, by the way, I'm wearing the new Adept shadows. I did make an order on Black Friday, and that's basically what's on my eyes. If that video is up, I will link that in the corner. I feel like it might be. So let's move into the last palette here. This is the Futurism 5 palette. It's the Electro Turquoise. This is what the palette looks like, and I already know which colors I'm going to pick in this, and I think that one isn't going to come as a surprise, but the other one might be. So my first pick is definitely going to be this turquoise shimmer. I love this. And then for my second color, I'm actually going to pick a matte because this is such a stunning teal matte. I just love it. I am like such a sucker for teal anything. Teal is one of my absolute favorite colors. Do you see the shift in that shimmer? It's like a yellow to turquoise. Oh, it's just so stunning, and this is just swatching like a dream too. So this is my final color story of what my Kaleidos or my Annette Kaleidos palette would be like. Would I buy this? 100% I would buy this in a heartbeat. I would be so quick on the buying trigger for this palette because I think this is absolutely stunning. And I hope that Kaleidos comes out with some bigger palettes in the future. I know they had the Deep Sea Luster palette, which got discontinued, probably because they plan on continuing with, you know, the series that they have going on right now. I don't really know what the future is going to be for them, but I'm really excited to see whatever it is that they are going to come out with. I will absolutely be there for them because I love the brand so much. And even if I wasn't on their PR list, I would still buy everything they came out with because honestly, their quality is just so absolutely amazing that I really don't even have anything to complain about the products that I have from them. So here is my final Annette palette. Let me know if you would have bought this palette because I'm so in love. Like, I could stare at this all day. This is one of the best color stories I think that I have come up with in these videos. If you haven't checked out the other ones that I've done, I will of course have those linked up in the corner. I'll even have a couple of them in the cards on your way out of this video. So that's gonna be it for this Annette-mas video. I know it was kind of a short one, but I just didn't have that many palettes, and that's just kind of what happened. So if you want to see some other Annette-mas videos that I have done, or maybe a couple more of these, I'll pop them up on the screen so you can go watch some more. And if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.